Good morning. Happy Monday. Super cute Monday morning. Goodness. Jennifer would love this. I'm like pulling in to go pull into my parking spot, and the kindergarten teacher, or one of them, parks next to me usually. But I see her walking up, and there's these two little kittens that just like running alongside of her. They were so cute. I was kind of like laughing about it, like that's funny, these cats are following her. Well, then she went into the front door of the building, and they stayed there, and then like the secretary came out and stuff, and they were just like the sweetest kitties ever. Like I walked up, and they were following me, and they were like letting me pet them and everything, which I need to wash my hands in a second. I don't know where these cats came from, but I'm pretty sure they were somebody's cat, because they were like clean, but there was two of them. They were kittens. Like they weren't full-grown cats. They had to be a couple months old. Like they weren't like baby kittens, but they were less than a year old. So yeah, they were so cute. So I don't know what's going on with them now. One of the ladies I was walking in with was like, I'm gonna call my husband, see if we can take them or whatever. I don't know what she was gonna do with them. I'm like, I don't need any more cats, but they're really cute. Yeah, so let me wash my hands really quick though, because I keep wanting to scratch my eyebrow, and I don't want to touch my eyebrow with my kitty, whatever. Hold on. So anyway, today is the day I'm supposed to get my, go meet with my principal to go over my observation, which is probably just about in time for me to have my unplanned observation that should be coming up. So that should be happening soon. One of my students got me this thing, I think I showed it to you last week, for Valentine's Day. I took it home because it was full of candy, but I don't need it at home. My office is not like this, but I thought it'd be really cute inside the classroom. So I already had this one flower pot that I got free when I went to the IKEA Teacher Appreciation Day thing they did that Jennifer and I went to, Jennifer Bond, that holds all of my sharpened pencils. So I thought it'd be really cute to use this other one, for my needs to be sharpened pencil. So it'd be like that. And these are the pencils that need to be sharpened. So I like that. Cute. So, I don't know. And I can get rid of my tin cup. If you ever need a little teacher tip for you, if you ever need some kind of container to hold things on, you can take your old like soup cans or vegetable cans or whatever, old tin cans, and I just wrapped them with some scrapbook paper and good to go. Like that's all I did, and it's lasted. I did this probably 8 years ago, and it's still held up. I mean, like this has traveled from different schools and stuff. So I have a ton of stuff to get done this morning. I need to email my newsletter because I have to do the newsletter for this week. I have to do my own classroom newsletter too, but I'm writing for the district newspaper this time because we have to do one a year. We have to do one newsletter and one article in the newspaper. So it's like whatever you're doing in your classroom. So mine is all about the penguins that we were working on. So I need to get that sent over because I was supposed to do it last week and totally forgot. It's not due till the 19th, but I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, I'll get that done. Like, it was just like a thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get that done. I'm done with it. Like, I just forgot to send it. So I need to send that over today because I put that on my list because I didn't want to forget. And then I also have not done my MTSS group paperwork. I took pictures of it all. I need to put it into PowerPoint and get them printed. So I'm going to do it this morning, and then I will check back with you whenever I have time. update, we have plumbing in there, so that's a plus. And then we got most of that area moved out. It looks kind of gross underneath there. That's where we think that leak was at, or something was there, we don't know what. We got the cabinet out now, and the countertop is gone. It's exciting, and we have all our cabinets up, as you can see, or this side up anyways. And they have to come back, because once we put in the dishwasher and the sink area, oops, sorry, I'm just like showing my face. The sink area, then they will be able to finish doing the drain and everything. And then they'll take out these ones on this side. We're waiting on an electrician also, because they're gonna rerun lines here, like to move the stove over to, that's where the stove's gonna be at. So we have to wait for an electrician to move that over. And then we need to get an outlet up there so we can plug in the microwave. And then they need to fix this wire, where is it at? Right about there somewhere. And get that. It's so nice how they put a live wire right next to the drain and everything, so if it leaks. Good morning, happy Tuesday. So yeah, so I had my post-observation feedback session, which went really, really well. You know, the things that I fought for my scores, like that's what you're supposed to do. And so, and I was a lot more comfortable in these ones. Like I knew what I was doing now because I was used to, because it's been a while now, you know, since my first ones. My first ones are really early in the school year, if you remember, way back in the day. So I was a lot more comfortable. It's comfortable with the testing systems and our assessment programs and all these things. So I knew kind of what to bring to the table when I was going this time. There was one though that we talked about, and when I went to go acknowledge it, because like you had to acknowledge it after they send it back to you, after you do your talk. There was one that we had talked about, and he said he was going to fill it in, and then I went and looked at it. It was like, it's blank. So I emailed him. He wrote me back and said, just go ahead and acknowledge it, put in the comment that it's blank, and so I can fix it, because I can't fix it until I get it back from you. So he's like, but you have to put the note in that it's missing, so that way that there's documentation that it was left off of your evaluation. So whatever. So anyways, but it was really good. I was really excited about it, which just means that I have my unplanned observation at some point. I don't know when, but sometime soon probably. We have parent-teacher conferences coming up. So I got all the forms to go home. I need to go through and figure out when everything is. And then, yeah, so it's fun. So that would be like right before, my brain is like so fried right now. It'll be right before our spring break. So our spring break is super early. You guys, it's gonna be rough. But it's not bad because my spring break's only in like 2 weeks, which means parent-teacher conferences are in like 2 weeks. So I think it's a Friday. So Thursday, so we get Friday off. Oh my God, we get the Friday off before spring break. Oh my gosh. Like I'm getting kind of burnt out, but I know I can make it for another 2 weeks. But it is, I'm starting to get burnt out. Like I can feel, I'm getting to the point where I'm not planning my planner right now. Like I don't even think I have this week set up in my planner. It's like stuck on sticky notes and that's it. And then I'm thinking about, I don't know if I'm going to have even a March play with me, because we're working on the kitchen right now and I don't have time on the weekends. And like last night, I was there ripping out cabinets and still, and like getting out, like it's just a really rough time right now. So I'm planning on having a plan with me. I'm planning to do a March plan with me, but if it doesn't happen, I'm sorry guys. Like, which means that right now I think I'm gonna kind of sit and plan out the stuff that I need for the rest of this week. Like in my planner, put it in so it's there and looking nice, because like I said, it's stuck in sticky notes. And that's about it. So it's about as far as I got. So, and I need to clean this desk off too. I have stuff all over the place. I started taking down Valentine's Day stuff. I need to finish doing that, and also start getting ready for St. Patrick's Day. So I need to start decorating for that too, which I'll probably do in the next day or two. Good morning. I decided to do a little bit of a car vlog today on my way in, just because I'm running kind of late. But it's so nice outside. It's all lovely. It's freezing, but but it's so nice outside right now. Like, it looks so beautiful. We're supposed to have a staff meeting this morning, but we don't have to go. K through 2 doesn't have to go because we're not testing groups. So again, it's another state testing deal. So we don't have to worry about that. But we do have PLC this afternoon, and so I don't know how that's. I think we're going over schedule stuff for next year. Is what I've been thinking, but I don't know. So, because last week's got canceled because of the snow and everything, so everybody was able to leave after the kids were gone. So, house news: we got that one cabinet out, ready plugged in the what they call the drainage things. You guys saw I got the cabinet out, but he plugged up the drainage things like against the wall. So now we're just waiting on an electrician, and we called somebody. I think he called somebody. He did. It's hard for me to call. Plus, he knows when he is. Are we down to 2% already on my battery? Gosh, this battery sucks. Anyway, he knows his schedule when he can work with people. So I don't know his schedule. So I was just like, it might be better if you do. So he's been calling. So he called the electrician, and they're gonna hopefully be out this week, but it may not be till next week. So we're kind of on hold again. I think we can we'll probably get some more of the countertops in, and I think part of the bottom cabinets in on the other side. Lighting up weird, sorry, just deal with it. And so that way we can get the countertop in at least on one side. So I think that's kind of where we're at right now. So the electrician is holding us up a little bit, but not a lot. Like, we just can't do that one wall, and we can't move the stove and stuff. So, but let me tell you, cooking and like living life inside this kitchen is awful. So like our Nespresso is in Rudy's office, and so I have to go make stuff in there, and then like we have nowhere to wash dishes, so I'm trying to make everything that's like doesn't need a lot of dishes or any dishes. So it's just like, it's a mess. And I'm at the point where I'm just like, I'm gonna give up on dinner and we're just gonna eat out because I don't know what else to do. It's such a rough time. So hopefully we'll get some stuff going though soon, and we'll be back on track again.
Welcome to your Compilot voice portal. To access your voice mailbox, press 1. To go to you have one new message.
Good morning. It snowed again, but not enough for a snow day. So just to make the roads nice and slick and crazy. Yeah, and then I forgot my backpack. So I don't think there was anything in there I really needed anyway. So it's like not a super huge issue, but it's still kind of frustrating because I just forgot it. And then it had my battery in it. So hopefully I have 84%. So hopefully I have enough battery to last me. But I need to get stuff ready for next week. I already pulled out the interactive notebooks for next week and the math work for next week, which somebody commented on the 100-day video, and I don't know if it was just like someone trying to be like trolling and trying to be rude, or if it was like a serious question, because it's hard to tell on comments because you can't tell if somebody's being rude or if they're just like just being blatantly asking. So yes, we teach Common Core, so we teach to 120. But just to let you guys know, not all states do a Common Core, so don't assume that all states are doing Common Core because they don't. And we do like ours is a Common Core Kansas mix. So, but most of it's Common Core. Like we don't really, I don't think there's, I can't really find anything that was really that much different from the Kansas standards to Common Core in first grade. Now, I don't know about other grade levels. Maybe they have changed them for them. I don't know. But yes, students have to master their numbers up to 120. That does not include just counting. That includes making the numbers in different forms, starting at any number, counting on. It includes being able to add and subtract tens within that zone. So like there's a lot that's involved. So it's not just 120, excuse me. But we went to 100 because it was the 100th day of school. So we just did that. And plus, they don't have to master 120 until the end of the school year. So I'm going to finish getting ready for next week. Next week, we actually have an in-service on Monday. I don't know why they didn't put it on President's Day, but they put it the week after. But I don't know. There must be a reason why. I don't know what the reason is why. And then I've also been printing out our assessments for report cards because I've been needing to trying to get report cards started and getting ready to go, getting assessments done. So we already did this one here, the Spot the Dog one. And on the first one, we did them. I read it to the students. This time here, I had students read it to me, and then they had to answer the questions because I really wanted to see if they're able to remember what they're reading, not what I read to them. So, and then we have like, if they're able to read these words, which are all the things that we've been learning. But yeah, so that's what our thing is now. So I'm going to be doing some assessments. I don't have my math assessments set up yet. I need to get with the other first grade teacher to figure out what we would like to use together. Because we try to keep our assessments similar to each other. So that way someone's like, well, blah, 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 over in that class. Because like a lot of the families here know each other. So they're like, no, they only got assessed on this. And they're getting assessed at, like, you know what I mean? So, but for reading, we're about 2 weeks apart, I think, or 3 weeks apart. Just because that's where her class needed to start at and where my class needed to start at, so. Good morning, it's Friday, and I'm so excited it's Friday. Like, seriously. When is spring break gonna get here? Just kidding. No, our spring break's coming up pretty quick, but like I think I've talked about before, it's like really early. So it's gonna make the rest of the year really long. So that's fine. We were supposed to, today the electrician is supposed to be coming. Totally forgot what I was going to say. The electrician is supposed to be coming today. So hopefully we will have all the outlets and everything fixed and put in where they're supposed to go. Anyway, yeah, so I need to start getting stuff ready for next week. We do have it in service on Monday. So I'll have some time in the morning probably to get some stuff done. So, I mean, I'm not going to stress too much. Also, I need to move around the students' desks because they've went around their rotation 4 times, which also means I need to get new morning bins, excuse me. I need to get new morning bins. And so today we have at 9:30 to 10:45 is our grade level. And it must not be grade level. I think it's just okay, so I don't think it's grade level. I think it's K through 2. I think it's our like collaboration meeting where we all go down, which means I lose my prep time, but I didn't even think about that. Really, for next week, all I have to do, I really just need to make copies, and I might just go do that this morning to get it done, but I got here way later because I was trying to edit. I have not edited, I'm like so far behind in everything. So usually I edit my videos a week in advance. So that way I'm not stressing and trying to get them all done, because that does take me time. So I usually spend like Sundays trying to get all that caught up. And so Sundays are my catch-up days where I get like all that caught up. I've been also working on podcast stuff, which I don't know what's going on with the podcast. I'm trying to get, Apple still hasn't approved it yet. So I'm just waiting on them to approve it before it goes on to iTunes. And I think once it gets to them, and it goes way faster, like it goes to everybody else. But right now it's on Spotify and Amplify. Amplify is the company that I'm using, is my hosting company. So yeah, it's still on Spotify and Anchor. Those are my two. Did I say Amplify? I don't know why I said Amplify. It's Anchor. Anchor is my hosting company. So it's only on Spotify and Anchor right now. So, I mean, a lot of people use Spotify. So if you're on that, hopefully it should be up soon. I don't know what the deal is. It hasn't been kicked back to me saying anything is wrong with it. So I'm just waiting for Apple to approve it at this point. So, I don't know. It's weird, though. Like, I wonder why it's taking so long. They did say it could take up to 3 weeks, which I'm like, really? But most people say it's like within like a couple days. And so it's been almost 4 days now. So this morning, I don't know where I'm going with this story, I spent some time editing. So I'm trying to get the weekend vlog edited from last weekend, because there's going to be a new one this weekend. So, but they don't come until Wednesday, so I still have some time. And I got about half of it done. And then I was like, I got to go. And so I'm a little bit late because it's almost 7:30. But, yeah. So that's a long story for that. And it's funny because when I do these, there's a lot of stuff that like I talk and talk and talk and talk, and then I'm like, I'm not putting that in there. Like, that seems so ridiculous. Like, I'm just rambling. So then I cut out a bunch of stuff too. So, so anyway, I just thought it was funny. But it's Friday, and I need to get I've been trying to do the Friday Fix It this morning. I need to get that up. We will have their Fireplace Friday, Free for All Friday, whatever you want to call it. Whatever I call it. And that's where they get to pick their own center. Like, they get to randomly just go wherever they need to go for the center. So if they want to go to read to someone, they go to read to someone. If they want to go to read to self, they go to read to self. They go to work on writing, they go to work on writing. I do not do computer during that time because everybody would be in it and then they're not reading. So it's supposed to be a reading time, and then I put on the fireplace and, have that going, and I turn the lights off, and they have Flashlight Friday. That's another one. That's what I call it. It's Flashlight Friday. And then I turn on their flashlights. It's like, I know what I call it with the kids, so I totally forgot right now. So I turn on the flashlights, and they get turn on the lights, they get their flashlights, and so they'll do that. And then I will leave at 9:30 to go to my meeting, but there'll be an associate in here, or an aide. Sorry, I was like, what is they called? They'll have an aide that comes in, and she'll watch my kids until they go to PE. And then after PE, they'll come back, and I think then I'll have them do computer time, just so it's easier, because there's going to be a weird transition from because I come back like 15 minutes later, and then we'll have like 15 minutes before we go to lunch. And so it's just like a weird transition time. So I'm like, they can just do computers at that time and, be fine. So I think I got everything pretty much ready for next week. I didn't get the morning bins done, but I can do those Monday morning when I go in for our in-service, because there'll be no kids that day on that morning. So I get that done, and then I did get their desks moved, so I don't have to worry about doing that. and I got most of the stuff done. There's a couple MTSS things I need to get done, but we did have our grade level meeting today. So, or not grade level, our K through 2 meeting today, and we went over, like, we looked at the data and then decided, like, if we needed to do more intervention with some students, if we needed to sit on some of them, which is a student intervention team, and so that way, you know, we can get all the parents and look at what route we need to go with them, if we need to do more strategic interventions or what. So we looked at that. We also looked at who needs to go to maybe needs to get added to Title 1. So, like, that's what we do in our MTSS collaboration time. And so, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we looked at that, and then, so, I don't know. We also did, for their art time, we did an Art for Kids hub where they did a directed drawing of a shamrock, and then they used watercolors and they painted it, and they really enjoyed it. They were like, that was so much fun. And I'm like, awesome. So they really like those directed drawings, and I don't use them too much, so, like, they get really bored of them. We do it for special things. So those ones will get hung up on our board. I was going to do a spring one for my bulletin board in the hallway, but I just decided to go ahead, and then we can do a spring one maybe the next time after St. Patrick's Day is over with. So we just did a St. Patrick's Day one. So I'm going to do something to be like lucky in first, or something like, you know, I don't know, lucky to be in Mr. Michael's class. That's it. I am going to end this vlog so I can start my weekend vlog in a little bit, driving around Lane, people, and then, yeah. Anyway, so I hope you like what you saw. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, follow me on all my social media that's listed down below, and until next time, don't forget to always be you, and don't forget to check out my podcast.